Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Ultra Hardware number 60871. This is a chain bolt. This is a nice, relatively small, very inexpensive, and yet of good, decent quality. This is what the packaging, of course, looks like. Some instructions on the back. I have one removed from the package, so let's take a look at it. So a chain bolt is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bolt that is operated via a spring. So when you pull on when you pull on the chain, it retracts the bolt via that spring. Now, where is a chain bolt used? Well, very commonly in a set of doors or some sort of hatch or some sort of access panel where the height is such that you really need to be able to pull down or get to the bolt without needing a ladder or some sort of other means of actually working with the hardware. So the practical application is you have a pair of doors, hollow metal doors, although this chain bolt is a bit small for industrial applications, but the concept is the same. You can't reach up to a 12-inch flush bolt, let's say, or maybe get a 3-foot surface bolt. Having a chain applied to the door allows you to disengage the door via the bolt at the top. That's really what that is all for. They say that the chain is 24-inch. Let's get the tape measure and check some of these dimensions out. So the overall height, they call it 4-inch. Overall height of that is going to be a reference to the end of the bolt all the way to the bottom of the case or the body itself. Overall projection, about 7/8 of an inch. Now, length of that chain, the overall length, yeah, that'll be every bit of 24-inch, if not 25-inch. So yeah, no problem with that. From the bottom of the bolt assembly to the large ring at the bottom is 25-inch. So if you add pretty much the height of the body, 3.5-inch, you can understand what you're dealing with in terms of how much room or how far down from the top of the door this will hang. This is going to be in a zinc finish, which means that it is a corrosion-resistant coating on steel. It is also going to include a guide for the chain so that that chain is literally not rattling around on the face of your door moving too much. So you'll install it and then run that chain guide wherever you deem it to be fit. You'll have two strike plates. You're going to have a rim strike, and then you're going to have an angle strike. Okay? A rim strike, well, this sort of application is going to be based on in-swing or outswing. If you have doors that are outswing, you're going to use the angle strike, and you will prep the stop of the frame, and then install this accordingly. There's a couple of holes there, countersunk. Give you an idea of the dimensions of that. This angle strike, 1.5 inches by about 13/16. Overall width of the face, about 3/8. Then that rim strike, or the surface strike, 1 7/8 by 3/4. Overall, about 7/8 of an inch. So here's how it comes from the factory. This from the factory is going to be set up to do an outswing door, meaning that the face of this will be installed to the door, okay, and that it will swing out this way and then make contact with the lip of the strike, and then of course lock in place. Okay, you get the idea there, I think. Now if it's an in-swing door, you will mount this to the face of the door, and then the rim strike will go to the header and right to the face. But what has to happen is you have to reverse this. Now, reversing it is quite simply going to be only a matter of taking the S-hook here and bending that out, removing the chain so that you can pull this assembly out, turn it around 180 degrees, push it back in, hold it down, and insert your hook back in, and then bending it straight. That's how you're going to go about doing that. So that's how it's reversible, is the answer. Nice quality item, especially for the cost. You're certainly going to get a package of screws for everything. and I wouldn't hesitate to use this on a lighter duty sort of application. You might have a shed door that could certainly benefit from having a chain attached to it for whatever purpose or reason that you might have. You might have an unusual sort of barn door application where a chain mounted, a chain operated spring bolt would make a lot of sense. The name Ultra is synonymous with many things builders hardware related. They are a importer of a very broad spectrum of items, and it's a name that, quite frankly, I'm partial to because they have a very good quality product, they have a very reasonable price, and they have good shipping times. If you are doing commercial sort of work, you're going to want to look at their, let's say, tenant build-out work, where you have a retail fast food chain. Well, maybe not so much that. That's generally guided by specific specifications. But if you're doing a project for an owner-operator who says, I want good quality stuff, and by the way, I don't want to spend a lot of money. Well, that's where Ultra comes in. Their hinges, their door closers, their exit devices, their lock sets. Great combination. If you're doing residential, you're going to want to look at Ultra Hardware's cabinet knobs. They have an incredibly vast array of available cabinet knobs, and all of that can be reviewed from the link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up the full-line catalog. If you have any questions on the Ultra 60871 24-inch chain bolt or any other Ultra Hardware product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.